In complete faith, there is no fear. Reverend Crystal Cox here with the Bringing Back Goddess Church, and I want to talk to you about complete faith. If you have 100% faith in a higher power, the Great Spirit, Goddess, God, your own God inside, and the reason that you came here to earth, what your soul's purpose is, 100% faith and belief in that, then you don't have any fear. You trust that the things that come into your life are meant to come into your life. You're not afraid of, every latest war or every latest threat of anthrax or tear gas or bombs or nukes or anything that might be done to you. You don't live in constant fear. When you're totally of faith, then you're totally free. And with that, you have complete intention. So you, in prayer or in talking to Spirit or your God inside, you say, I want to be healthy. I intend to be warm. I intend to be fed. I intend to not have any disease. You make it clear to your higher self and God inside what you want your life to be. And that when you cross over, when you die, you will go quickly. And you will be greeted by an entourage of light. You will be greeted by family and friends, people who really love you. And you define this experience in your mind and in your soul before you cross over. What you intend to experience and what you do experience is based on your thoughts. So if these superpowers, let's call them, superpowers of the dark, can keep you in constant fear, then you're creating more fear and you're not living your highest light, your highest excitement, your highest power, because you're afraid of something that may happen based on information that they gave you or said something wasn't good for you or something could happen. Then the very next day, they tell you something different, like the opposite. So you're afraid of one thing one day, afraid of another thing another day, maybe not afraid of anything then the next day. And if you have 100% faith, you don't have this kind of fear. So you cannot, in this 100% faith, you can't create other people's reality, per se. You can pray for them and you can send them healing energy. In order to heal someone, you have to have full permission from them. So they say, I give you permission to heal me, and you heal me. Okay? But it's also in that it's their free will. And so you can have 100% faith and don't fear something, and then if someone you love crosses over, something bad happens to them, then yes, your faith is tested in a way, but you also have to know that just because you love somebody doesn't mean they belong to you, okay? Their lessons here, their experiences, everything they do and go through is about them. It's between them and the Holy Spirit, between them and their higher self, between them and their God inside. And so, again, in perfect 100% faith, there is no fear. You trust that things happen for a reason. You create things. And yeah, you might get depressed. Here on earth, it's easy to do because there's a constant energy of depression and oppression, and there's constant war and constant rules on your body and vaccines, and you can't have an abortion, and you can't get this job, and you have to get this job, and you have to pay this, and you have to do that, and you can't cure cancer with known cures, and you got the FDA, and you got all these things every which way that seems so not about God. And you can drown in that sometimes and get really down. But just because you're depressed doesn't mean you don't have faith. Okay? 100% faith leaves no room for fear, no room for worry. You don't need to worry about what's going to happen. You just state your intention and then trust in it. And if it happens a completely different way, have faith in that is what you planned before you came here, that was what was supposed to be for your highest experience. It's sometimes hard to accept that having faith in bad things happening to other people or even yourself. But if you really believe that we come here many times and the worst case scenario is we die, we cross over, we come back. I mean, if you have 100% faith in that or in your God and your belief system, no matter what you believe, if you have 100% faith, you don't have fear. I believe that, we come back many times, have many lessons, and really, dying a natural death is kind of your reward, right? It's your earth graduation. You cross over. It's a good thing. It's a celebration. So many people keep themselves distracted constantly with so many things in their life. And then, they have television and they have fear fed to them and they have war fed to them and they have politics and they have disease and vaccines and stuff with, kids and then they, entertainment and sports. And they don't really ever have that moment where they have just them and God. I've spent a lifetime with just me and God within me. And in that, one can get kind of depressed quite often because you really are going within, you really are focusing on what it is that you're doing here on earth, what you might have done different lifetimes, what you're sad about. You're taking a look at it closer when you don't have so many distractions. So the message here is there's no fear in 100% faith. What is the worst that can happen? You die, you come back and do it again. You might be sad when other people die, but even if they're your own children or someone you love very, very much, it's their life. It's between them and their God, their Holy Spirit, their God inside, their life force. And I believe that we chose those lessons before we came here and those possibilities and probabilities. So having faith is not always easy, but the more faith you have, the less fear you have. God has blessed you all.